All right, so we had Summer Game Fest, Xbox Showcase, State of Play. It's Nintendo's turn, and we finally got a date and time for the Nintendo Direct, which is happening tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. This video is just going to be me yapping, and I'm not going to edit it. So it's just going to be my unfiltered thoughts, no script, just things that I think we're going to see in tomorrow's Direct, some things that I heard we're going to see in tomorrow's Direct, and some things that are most likely going to be in the Direct, just given some information that I have. And just want to throw this out there right now. Nintendo, I'm not a leaker. Don't send your ninjas after me. But if you guys want to subscribe to this channel, I'm just trying to be more active and upload here. And this is the next channel. I'm trying to get to 100K. So subscribe here. If you're not, I'm going to do a reaction like I do on the main channel, like always. But here, just something a little more casual. And if you don't want any spoilers or potential spoilers, stop watching. But again, none of this is confirmed. Even the stuff that I think we're going to see is just not 100% confirmed. So it could be nothing. But just let me know in the comment section what you hope to see tomorrow. And come back to this video when I get everything right and let me know that I got everything right. Because I did predict the date and time of this Direct, given a trailer that I've seen that, you know, we're going to talk about that one first. I can't say what it is. I can tell you what it's like. And it's a pretty major IP. Doing a game in a Super Mario 3D world or 3D land style. The trailer looks pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't look anything super high budget, but I would play it. And that's really all I can say about it, but you'll know what it is tomorrow when it's revealed. But it looks kind of neat for what it is. You know, it's not a AAA game. It's not a super high budget title, but I think it could be fun. Next is where the original date of this Direct came from, and that was some trailer. I haven't seen it, that Among Us dropped, or maybe not even a trailer, maybe it was just a website link saying that there was going to be a content update on June 18th. And I know Nintendo and Innersloth have worked very closely on past Directs and dropping new content. So I'm kind of fully expecting there to be some kind of Among Us content shadow drop tomorrow. Hang on, I take a sip of my coffee. I've been a really big cold brew fan lately, and I went from not drinking coffee at all to drinking like straight up cold brew. But yeah, no, I'm thinking we're going to see something Among Us related tomorrow. It makes sense, especially if something is coming, whether it gets shadow dropped or whether it is just a release date for something. I think it was set to release on the 18th though. The next thing I heard online somewhere, don't remember where, and it's something related to Ace Attorney. Don't know if it's a collection, don't know if it's a new game, but it seems like a pretty safe bet. Like, from the game that I'm mentioning, Among Us, Ace Attorney, I think I'm 3 for 3 right now. At least I'm hoping. I haven't played an Ace Attorney game in a while, but, you know, always down for Ace Attorney games to come to the Switch or just be more accessible, because there's a lot of Ace Attorney fans out there. Don't know if I would pick it up. The next thing is Pokemon. Now, we haven't gotten anything new Pokemon since the Pokemon Legends ZA trailer, but that's not coming out till 2025. Even if it drops in January, like the first Pokemon Legends did, I feel like there's still a big gap to fill. So it might finally be time to drop the at least the first gen games on Switch Online, just so they're more accessible to people. You know, keep people playing Pokemon games, or just something to fill the gap. Whether it's actually going to happen, I don't know. I feel like with the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance apps on Switch Online, I feel like it's a no-brainer. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Maybe they were just saving it for a lull, which is now until the next big game comes out. So I'm hoping, because it'd be nice to just pick up my Switch, and just start a new file. I am currently playing Pokemon Red on my Analog Pocket, and it would just be cool to have like online functionality for trading and for battling in the original games, and just kind of work up through at least Gen 1 to 3. Moving on, there was some rumblings of something Mario Party related, given, I don't remember if it was the developers of Superstars saying something, or there was some copyright that was filed about something, but I think it's time for something Mario Party related, whether it's the long-awaited Superstars DLC, which is not out of the realm of possibility considering how far out we got an update for Super Mario Party when they finally gave us online. So that would be cool, even if it's just like, here's some free maps and mini games. I mean, I think Superstars has the bones to be built upon, but Nintendo also very well might be like, nope, you guys are getting a new $60 game. Here you go. It's Mario Party Superstars 2, or maybe it's just like an all-new party game in general. Or we get nothing Mario Party. That's a possibility too. Next up, I think we will get another trailer or something Sonic X Shadow Generations related. They were talking about some open zone stuff in the Shadow Generations update or game, and I feel like Sonic is also very frequent at Nintendo Directs, so we might get some information there in some capacity. Again, everything here, nothing really too wild or out of the realm of possibilities. Pokemon and Mario Party, maybe, but everything else I feel like is a lock. We'll get something for the Luigi's Mansion 2 port that's coming out next month. Is it July or is it June? I don't even remember when it drops, but I know it's soonish. It might even be dropping in June. I forgot the release date, so comment section, remind me for the engagement. Now, I think we will finally, just to kind of fill the gap, because if the Switch 2 or Switch successor, or whatever you want to call it, isn't being revealed until March, and here's my thinking. They said there's going to be no, you could read it right here, like on the post that they dropped. There's going to be no mention or reveal of the Switch successor. It wouldn't make sense to do it in a September Direct because I feel like they would cut their own legs off for the holiday season. So my guess is we will see the Switch successor revealed in either a January Direct, a March Direct, actually one of those two, because they said it will be in the 2024 fiscal year, which I think ends in April, if I'm correct. So I think they're going to hold off on revealing it until then, with potential to release it in the fall of 2025. So maybe like September to drop it, and then have like the June Direct hype up all the games and stuff and show off more about it. That's my timeline of thinking. Feel free to weigh in and let me know what you think. So I think everything here is kind of going to be just to fill gaps and to just have something to sell for the holiday season, which brings me to my next point, that I think we're finally going to get the Wind Waker Twilight Princess HD games finally ported to Switch, because everything else from the Wii U is ported over. Basically every other game except for maybe Nintendo Land, but hey, one can hope. Or maybe a sequel to Nintendo Land. Why not? But I think those could be two of the big reveals for the fall. Maybe they come out in November, or maybe they come out in October. Whatever the timeline's going to be, I feel like they've been holding on to those for a minute, kind of like they were holding on to the Metroid Prime Remastered, which, before the comments come, I'm going to finish the game. I promise. It's going to happen. But let me get to the point I'm going to make before I talk about Metroid. So I think we're going to get Wind Waker, Twilight Princess games. Like, I don't know if they would shadow drop them, or if they would be like a late summer title, maybe August, or if they would fall into the fall, which is, maybe they're in October, maybe they're in November. if those are like the big holiday games this year. It's been a minute since we've heard anything about the Dragon Quest III 2D HD remake, and I think that's also a possibility considering I don't really know what Square has on the horizon. I mean, they're dropping their big Final Fantasy XIV update, but that wouldn't really apply here. 7 Rebirth has been out for a while. It's not getting DLC according to developers. And again, that wouldn't really apply to the Switch because the game's not on the Switch. So I think 2D HD Dragon Quest III is going to be the next game that's coming out. Probably in the fall. Maybe late summer. And my last prediction... I mean, I think we're going to see some new games, too. There might be some new reveals of maybe smaller games that are going to be coming out. If this is a Zelda sweep, and they actually give us a new Zelda game, like a remake or something in the art style of the Link's Awakening remake, I'd be so down for that. Or we get that on top of the Twilight Princess Wind Waker ports. That's also a possibility, but it might be Zelda Overload. This might be a Zelda Sweep Direct. But the big one here, and it happens every Direct, and it's been going on since they announced the game, it might finally be time to see Metroid Prime 4. I feel like it's got to be in some state where they're ready to reveal it and give us an actual trailer. I mean, it's been, what, like 10 years? Has it been 10 years? No, not 2014. I lied. It's been like 7 years, maybe. So there's possibility we might see Metroid Prime. I'm hoping. And if that happens, if they show off Metroid Prime in tomorrow's Direct, I will go back. Hang on one second. I'm talking through burps. Okay. I will go back and I will finish Prime in the next few months to prepare for it, which means I would also have to maybe play 2 and 3. I don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, just to kind of sum everything up here. Among Us, Ace Attorney, Pokemon Switch Online, Mario Party, Shadow Generations, Luigi's Mansion 2, the cartoon game that I cannot legally name yet, Zelda Wind Waker Twilight Princess, maybe a new Zelda game, Dragon Quest III 2D HD, and Prime 4. Make a list, come back to the comments, and let me know how many of them I got right. Let me know what you think. I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you think and what you'd like to see. There will be a reaction on the main channel. As always, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Hope you get... Actually, no. Before I leave, I want to make a point here. A lot of people, you know, this is something that happens every time there's a Direct or there is some kind of showcase. Everyone's like, oh, that was great, or that sucked. But that's never universally the case because every Direct is going to have something that somebody is super hyped about. So I feel like if there's nothing Mario there, then a majority of people are going to be like, oh my god, that was terrible. But considering last June we got Mario Wonder and we got RPG and we also got Thousand Year Door, I don't think we're going to see anything too Mario heavy. But that doesn't mean it's a bad Direct. If it's like a blowout of Zelda stuff and we get Prime 4, I think that's pretty lit. A lot of people didn't like Summer Game Fest this year. You know what? I thought it was a pretty solid lineup. I thought it was at least a B. There was a lot of good stuff and variety and things for people. I think we've gotten to the point where people like reveals more than they like actual games and playing them. That's all I'm going to say. That's where we're ending the video. See you next time.